Councillors, my role tonight is to talk about the council plan and the strategic resource plan before handing over to my Director of Business Services, Trevor Irino, who will talk relating to a brief summary of the budget. Just in relation to the council plan, and that's the council plan that we have produced, and I invite everyone to have a look at that document. It also includes a strategic resource plan, which I'll talk about separately, and then also from that we derive our budget as we go forward. We also need to understand how we're going to be measured as an organisation, and the council plan and the budget actually has key strategic activities as well as key strategic indicators for us to, as an organisation and as a council, to be measured against. The council's vision and the council's mission statement haven't changed for a considerable period of time, but I think it's worth noting that our mission, that we will strengthen our community in all that we do, is something that we do take particularly seriously here at the council, and it's something that drives us as an organisation to endeavour to do. Just in relation to the council plan process, I think we need to go back to April in 2008 when the plan actually commenced. There was an April to November period in 2008 that we had up to 400 Wodonga leaders contribute to the vision story, and the vision story is contained within the council plan. In 2009, in February, the councils had a 2-day workshop, and we also had over 4,000 citizens of Wodonga participate and provide input through community consultations. In June 2009, the council plan was adopted, and then from that, every quarter as a council, through the open council meetings, we actually submit a report, a progress report to council, so councillors and the community are aware as an organisation our progress against that plan. In addition, we amended the plan last year. We're a similar process to now. We've then put the plan out for community comment and again seeking feedback. This year the same things happened again. We have amended the plan. This year's amendments, particularly to the council plan part of the plan, has only been in relation to the measurement and looking at what our key strategic indicators will be for the next 12 months. However, the strategic resource plan has been amended significantly. Again, the council plan was developed with that huge amount of community input. It's fair to say that we've actually started preparing for the next council plan in preparation for another round of community consultation, and we started that last night with the education sector, with the principals and of all the schools and the university here in the council chamber to actually talk about what their issues are, or council, and how council can assist them addressing those issues. And that's a process we've got going for the next 3 months with a range of sectors across the municipality. The council plan's actually broken into 5 pillars. We talk about a vibrant people, communities and our neighbourhoods. We talk about the economy being strong and resilient. We talk about a well-built, well-maintained and well-protected community. We talk about inclusion and culturally rich city, and also a democratic and engaged community. All those items again are set out in the plan, so I encourage people to have a look at it. I don't know whether there's any questions about the council plan. If not, we'll go through to the strategic resource plan. This is in some ways the most critical document we have at a council, because it brings together all our thinking in relation to a whole range of strategy and strategic directions. I think we said when talking about the strategic resource plan, there's nothing more that we can say that's not addressed in the plan. It talks about our borrowings and our level of debt, talks about our revenue raising, and part of that is our rating strategy that was adopted by the council. We talk about our operational expenses and services, and this year's plan actually shows how our operating expenses in real terms have actually reduced since 2007-08 by $725,000. Talks about our grants and fees, our notional reserves, our capital projects, our asset management, our community engagement. So it's a particularly important document for us within the council, but it's also a document we encourage everyone in the community to read. If you actually look at last year's strategic resource plan, it actually set the basis for this year's budget. And I think that's a critical point. We're not looking at doing things differently in the plan, but it sets that basis, and it's a clear understanding for the councillors of what they're trying to achieve, but also it should be for the community. So it actually provides a financial framework over the last 10 years, over the next 10 years, sorry. It provides financial and non-financial resources required by the council. It actually has how we're going to be measured. It assists us in our long-term sustainability and where we're trying to head. But one of the important things it really does is it benchmarks us in a whole range of areas against like-sized councils and other regional cities, and it also provides for 27 strategic directions. What we're attempting to do as a council is actually go from this short-term sustainability to long-term financial sustainability. We're talking about looking at manageable debt levels, we're talking about our cash liquidity, we're talking about our operating surpluses, etc. We're in the middle in all that in different areas, and we're trying to get to the bottom one, which is the long-term sustainability. That's significant capital expenditure. We're looking at strong cash funds. At the moment, we haven't got those strong cash funds, but we are moving towards that in the next 3 years. Looking at our range and level of services, our level of services are quite high compared to a lot of other local governments. We need to be spending more on asset renewal. That's actually acknowledged by the council. The strategic resource plan actually shows a way that we're actually going to be moving that forward. For the first time in many years, this year we do have an operating surplus, which is net the abnormal and capital funding, and we should be fully funding our replacement gap, and we're not doing that at the moment. But there is a number of long-term strategies, and there's 27 strategies relating to the borrowings, what our community development strategies are, and we need to strengthen that in the plan, and we'll be working on that in the next 12 months. It's very strong in our asset management strategies and the work that Council's done in the last 3 years, and we've achieved a great deal of understanding what our asset base is and what we need to do into the future to maintain that asset base. He talks about our capital works, and in particular, as the Mayor mentioned, the new Performing Arts Centre and the Aquatic Centre are the two major projects. With the borrowing strategy, we've actually brought forward borrowings of 5.4 million that were anticipated to happen next, or the financial year after next, because the pool being required to be open in December 2012 has meant that the majority of the expenditure will occur next financial year. We talk about our human resources, which in 2007-08 we had 237 effective full-time employees. We're budgeting this year for 242, so an increase in 5. But at the same time, we've grown library services and taken back from Upper Murray. We've taken over the VIC. We've increased the level of services for preschools and kindergarten because of the number of enrolments. So we believe we've done well in maintaining our operating expenditure. He talks about fees and charges. It talks about the rating strategy, and we had a rating strategy group work particularly hard on a strategy, and Council has decided to adopt that over a 2-year period. And he talks about service levels as well. So please take the opportunity to have a read of this document. It will answer a lot of your questions, and if it doesn't answer those questions, please contact us here at the office and we can sit down and discuss that with you.